The exercises in this video series are about helping your dog think through and choose behaviors that align with the picture of loose leash walking we are trying to encourage. For some dogs, teaching impulse control or a leave-it behavior can also help with loose leash walking. Your challenge as a trainer is to always set the dog up to be successful, and this game may be just the right level of difficulty for those dogs who become too aroused by certain triggers like other dogs or people and find it difficult to focus. You will be rewarding your dog for choosing to ignore something tempting and maintaining a loose leash as they walk next to you. Start by putting a few treats inside of a bowl and setting it in front of your dog. Wait until he offers eye contact and then give your release cue to tell him that it's okay to get the treats. Practice this game a few times until your dog comfortably and reliably offers eye contact the moment you set the bowl down on the ground in front of him. We're now going to be building on this game by adding criteria and making it a little bit more challenging. Get. Get. Get it. Down. This game will work best if you have previously taught your dog a leave-it cue. Even though we will not be telling the dog to leave it in this particular exercise, the dog will offer the behavior much more quickly if you've practiced that before. The reason why it's important not to tell your dog to leave it is because we want the behavior to be offered as a default in the context of loose leash walking. We don't want to have to remind the dog to leave it every time they encounter a distraction, but to be able to think and choose to leave it. A default behavior is much more resilient and less likely to create stress for the dog. If your dog reacts and becomes overstimulated by seeing other dogs on a walk, it can help to work on settling calmly in the presence of other dogs as a separate exercise. First, teach your dog to settle calmly on a mat at home without distractions. A dog that cannot relax around other dogs will find it harder to walk around them on a loose leash. If your dog seems to struggle with this exercise, you may have to increase your distance from the distraction at first. Remember to increase the difficulty at your dog's pace. As your dog becomes more skilled in these areas, it's important to start practicing in different locations and around different distractions. Maintaining a loose leash requires that your dog is engaged and connected with you, which is a skill that can be developed separately from just walking. Here is an example of how we do that by combining a set of very fluent and well-practiced behaviors. To build a strong connection, it's important to first teach these behaviors in a different context with little to no distractions. Over time, as you build a strong history of reinforcement, taking these behaviors on the road will be far easier. It's also important to keep monitoring how your dog is doing and make the criteria easier or more difficult accordingly. By using an approach based on positive reinforcement to treat this problem, you are preserving the most important ingredient in your dog's training, and that is the relationship. Maintain your commitment to be a source of positive experiences for your dog and avoid causing undue stress or pain to the dog, as that will only make this particular problem much worse. If you'd like to learn more about how to train your dog, be sure to subscribe to our channel. If you would like to support us in making more videos like this, consider joining us on Patreon. As a thank you for supporting the channel, patrons have access to masterclass tutorials on various dog training topics.